Contender Series 2025, Week 5. We're going to break down every fight. Wanted to wait until we had our big bet up because it's live. It's the biggest pre-fight bet I've made of this season. It's up at WagerTalk. I'll tell you that about that in just a minute. Let's start with the female fight. Dyer versus Foro here. Blow this up a little bit. If you follow PFL, you probably know Dyer. She fought in PFL Europe. Nice head kick over, I don't even know how to pronounce her last name, but she's not very good. The split decision on paper doesn't look very good because Tizzy's not very good. You go back and look at it, Dyer didn't really have much trouble with her. What you're going to see from Dyer is long legs. She uses the kicks well. She can hit head kicks. She can hit leg kicks. She does a good job using the distance, and she's going to have to because Carol Foro is not technical, but there is a dog to her. She will get in your face, and she will knock you out. She hits hard. Her footwork, not that great. The way she moves around the ring, not that great. If she gets within striking distance, she can put your lights out. These are some legit knockouts. She sparked someone that was 7-2, 3-1, 5-3. She's got big time finishing power. So if this was just a regular UFC fight, I think Dyer just kind of wins by points. But this is Contender Series. You have to put it on the line. You have to have an exciting finish. I think there's a chance this doesn't go the distance. I think somebody gets knocked out in this one because Dyer's going to have to beat up the legs, beat up the body, and get to the head of Foro. And Foro is going to try and march through all those strikes and land some big ones. I think the sneaky play in this one is this fight not to go the distance or under 2.5. I'm going to lean on Dyer because I don't trust Foro too much in this one because she's got the power, but yeah, it's just not the most technical look. So I think Dyer exploits a weakness. Foro leaves her hands down, and there's a head kick, kind of finish this one. But don't be surprised if Foro can get to the chin of Dyer and get the KO. But this will be an exciting fight. I don't expect this to be a boring female fight like we've seen. Chasen Blair and Samuel Sanches. You probably remember Chasen Blair. He made an appearance on Contender Series. Wasn't bad. Cody Steele got a nasty body shot, and Cody Steele was kind of beating him up. Credit to Blair. He wastes no time, goes out in April and gets a nice rear naked choke. Blair's well-rounded. He's a good fighter. He can strike. He can get submission. He faces a 10-1 Samuel Sanches. Sanches is going to be taller. This is an interesting fight here because against Osvaldo Santos because Sanchez up until this point is fighting guys 7-7, beat a guy at 7-11, but it went the distance. This guy's 10-6, but in demo fight. So he fights a guy with a really legit record, and he sparks him early, and I wish I would have seen a little bit more of him because I think Sanchez is good. This is like a straight pick 'em. I'm going to lean ever so slightly chasing Blair. Blair getting his second shot Contender Series. He's been there. He kind of knows the routine of what, the Tuesday is like. And I think he's going to have some really nice moments here. So both guys are good. The line's reflected. I'm not sure there's a whole lot of, quote, value in betting it. I do like the over 1.5, though. The over 1.5 is pretty close to even money. And I'm a fan of that play because both guys even. Not sure that either one of them is going to have a huge leg up on the other, so I think we see good moments from both guys, but this fight may go the distance on Chasen Blair and Samuel Sanches. All right, Felipe, Franco, and Freddy, Vidal. There's not a lot of film on either of these guys. Why? Because first off, Franco finishes guys like way too early, and look at all of these canceled fights that he's had. This poor guy is getting his third different opponent for tonight. And Felipe Franco, we know he trains with legit fighters. And when you look at him, he's fighting these bums on the regional scene, and they're just completely overwhelmed. He doesn't even have to do much to finish him. He may not have to do much against Freddy Vidal. It's hard to find a lot of film on this guy because he only has 3 fights, and the guys he's fighting are worse than the guys that Franco's fighting. So Vidal shows up, misses weight, and it turns out he's just this part-time fighter. To me, this is probably a really nice Franco spot. It may be tough because, I mean, how much fight time does Felipe Franco actually have? Like minute 10, 220. There's 5 minutes. We made it a full round. He's definitely got more than Vidal, but the lack of experience would certainly be the only red flag you can find in this one for Felipe Franco. But yeah, a part-time fighter that misses weight, that screams we got big problems here on the horizon for Mr. Vidal. But as we saw, what was it last week? They had the guy that makes the website designer for a finance company. Yeah, he got to be on Contender Series and got sparked early. Maybe this is the same thing for Freddy. So I mentioned that we have our biggest best bet of the season pre-fight. Yes, it's $5 Tuesday, and this card I just think I've got a really, really good read on. So go ahead and grab that. It's only $5, and then join us on the Winning in the Shadows YouTube channel. We watch the fights live, and live betting for Contender Series has been a moneymaker. If you've been with us, you know how great Tuesdays have been. We learn things about these guys from the announcers, from their walkouts, and it gives us great betting opportunities. We do write-ups on all the fighters that get contracts, and then we award the BMF award at the night, and then we got a special taste testing. A buddy of ours who started his own beef jerky company. We're going to taste test beef jerky on tonight's show and give out some specials. He's been working hard at it, and anybody that has the nuts to start a company like that, we're gonna enjoy some beef jerky and celebrate his company. But more important for your guys' bankroll, get this bet. I can't do a 5% best bet on $5 Tuesday, so we had to make it 4%. But make no mistake, biggest pre-fight bet of the season, only $5. All right, let's move to Cam Teague and Lerryan Douglas. Let me do my time codes here real quick for all you time code warriors. It's another guy we've seen before, Cam Teague. And my problem with Cam Teague is I think he's got a sloppy stance. He's not... I just don't think he's strong. Like, he just doesn't have that, like, fire hydrant look. Like, he just moves sloppy. Despite his record, he doesn't have great defense. I've seen him dropped in fights. And Kevin Vallejos is the best fighter that he has faced, and he got knocked out in the first round. I mean, this is a guy that afterwards fought a guy that's 9-8 in Empire, fought a guy that's 5-4 in Island fights, and couldn't even finish him. And this guy, David Zellner, had moments against Teague. And he's going up against Douglas, who's really, really improved and looked great after his loss to Isaac Thompson. Took a nasty head kick, lost his equilibrium, was done. But since then, showed off his power. He doesn't throw a lot of volume. That's the thing about Douglas is, in my opinion, he waits a little bit too long, but proof's in the pudding. He waits, but when he finds his chance, he's gonna get to your chin, and I think he was not gonna have too much problem getting to Cam Teague's chin. So Cam Teague's gonna be a little bit taller, but Douglas, it looks to me, is UFC ready. He's made some really nice adjustments since that loss. Again, you're gonna have to put on a show tonight. The low volume is a little bit of a problem, especially once you get into the UFC where you have guys that are going to be throwing a lot of punches back. But for tonight, I think it's Lerryan Douglas, and I don't mind a KO or submission prop. I mean, a KO prop or inside the distance. We always say don't try and pick one of them. Try and pick, inside the distance. But I think Lerryan gets the KO on this one. Main event time, and while we're doing the main event, if you guys could do me a favor, just hit the like button. It really helps us out. Leave us a best bet in the comments section. Helps the algorithm out. Just a little token of appreciation for me doing these breakdown videos. But Guarascio and Steven Asplund. If you haven't seen face-offs and you don't know what Asplund's body looks like these days, you're in for he's lost a lot of weight, and he's got a lot of extra skin on him. So it's going to look a little bit weird, especially when he's compared to Guarascio, who's just this big, bulky, strong guy. Guarascio is only 3-0. Man, does he hit like a truck. Absolute can spark you. And this is the easiest under 1.5 I think we've had. Well, no, fading the guy that designed websites for finance companies. That was the easiest 1.5. This one ain't going very long. Guarascio's going to come out and swing hard, and he's either going to knock out Asplund or he's going to completely gas himself and Asplund is going to win, because Asplund has many fights on the amateur scene. He's been to decision on the amateur scene, and he's been to decision as a pro. He's made it to round 3 and round 2. I've seen him on the ground. If Guarascio doesn't get him out of there early, do not be surprised if Guarascio gasses himself because he's super excited. He's only fought 3 pro fights. Doesn't get him out of there, Asplund's going to finish him. I don't see how this makes it to 1.5. I think this is a big, big time under. These 2 heavyweights are just going to come in slinging, but it should be a barn burner. So I like the Guarascio's the favorite in that one. I get it. I'm a little bit too worried because I think he's got a minute, maybe a minute and a half of cardio, and then I would be terrified of what his cardio looks like. Screams adrenaline dump. So Cam Teague and Douglas, I got Douglas by knockout. Franco and Vidal, both guys, not a lot of experience, but I don't believe I can trust a Freddy Vidal. Chasen, Blair, and Sanches, great fight. I'll lean Chasen, Blair with the experience, and Dyer and Foro. Look for an under in this one. I think someone gets finished in this one. Foro's a live dog just because of her power. Dyer should be more technical, but Foro's definitely got a chance. So, all right, thanks for joining us. Really, really appreciate it. Hit the like button, leave us a comment, tell us your best bet down there. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and join us at 8 o'clock Eastern on Contender Series on the Winning in the Shadows YouTube channel. Watch the fights live and give out a bunch of best bets. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see everyone later.